Well, we finally reached to the 20th build installment of the, Charizard by Lego Pokemon. This is set number 72153. Contains 6,838 pieces. Retails for $649.99. And the set was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. Yeah, well, doesn't look like anything like a Charizard yet, but we will get to that in a moment or two. And this, what you see here, is just 3 bags, which is bags 50, 51, and 52, which is more or less just a stand. It's built pretty well, but it's obviously going to get a little bigger than that in this installment. So I'm thinking of just doing bags 53 and 54, because we're just going to be building up a tower, and bags 55, 56, and 57, we're going to skin the whole thing. So I think I'm going to group it up in that order, just to kind of keep everything grouped together. Now I got to remember where I put all the bags at, because I'm going to start getting things prepared here. But before we can begin, these are not to be considered as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes for the review. So don't take these seriously. This is just for fun, just a hobby of mine, just something that I can just tinker with. It's not involving computer terminals or coding or anything. And the verbiage, wording, stories are mine and mine alone. Lego doesn't pay me to say anything. I just say what's on my mind, or any kind of problems or dramas that creep up in my world. So that's pretty much what I use these for. So just sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. Okay, well, let's just dive right on into bag 53, and it's a bedside build. The same day we filmed the other one, which is the 26th of May 2026. All right, so let's see how bad this one is. Well, we'll be here probably for 20 minutes, 20, 25 minutes. Depends if there's Technic in here. So far I don't really see anything. But this installment is just going to involve inner supports. Not too exciting, so I'll do that. We'll deal with that later here. I've never seen this brick in this color before. I know some of you have been commenting saying you like this style of video because you can see what kind of parts are in the set. That's really part of the intent of these videos, to kind of explore the parts just to see what we're working on today. You know, or well, whenever I get to it anyways. And yeah, we are right back at this big thing here. And we got to figure out where we're at here. So we got this thing here. So we are right in this area. Yeah, so welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. And I'm feeling a little better today. I just kind of just wanted to relax, get me a meal. Probably a couple hours since we did the last one. So you're in luck today. It is a bedside build. And I'm hoping I may squeeze out one more, you know, by the end of the night. Ooh, now I can use those for roofing, for slate roof. Now, like I said, I'm probably going to part the stand out. Trying to find a gray slope in here. I got this outside corner. Oh, there we are. That's what we were looking for there. Yeah, so just been kind of kicking back, relaxing. I had to do some paperwork, and then now I'm doing Lego building again. You know, who doesn't love paperwork? That's always fun, right? Where did that roof slope go? That weird one we found. So I've been kind of admiring those. I got a bunch of them already as it is, but for me personally, I've been kind of just doing some stuff around the house. Had to clean up before the gardeners get here in the morning, so trying to get all that going. I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to work from home tomorrow or what. Depends on how I feel. Now with this Ebola and stuff going around and all this other stuff, can't be. We gotta be. We can't be too careful. No. But anyways, we'll see how far we can get today on this. And so far, we're still at a 6.5 on the score. It's not too bad. I've been just chilling out, watching some cartoons, and just letting my hair down. And I feel like I can squeeze an episode or two in tonight on this. Just kind of, sitting back, going, thinking what I'm going to do. And I've been seeing a lot more of these coming in sets, so that's good there. Oh yeah, by the way, my hands may get in the way, so just don't really consider these as tutorials. I'm hoping I can help you guys and gals out with the builds, though. But I can't make any, promises that these will be flawless. My videos are always full of errors and mistakes. See, I'm not like the other guys. I will not hide them. Why? Because why not? I don't see the need to do that. So I just kind of go about my way here. Let's start right here in this corner. But yeah, this set's not too bad. I think it's just the size. I'm kind of getting overwhelmed with doing big, massive sets. I really want to just do my own stuff. I've got a couple of tutorials that creeped up in my mind today. Haven't filmed them, but I have them written down, so we should be able to kind of poke around at those. Yeah, try to get as much done as I can. When something pops in my mind, it's best to get it out of there quick before it gets lost. So it looks like in this section right now, we're just doing a little terrain on here, but it's going to grow. Then we're going to skin it. So I try to, I read ahead in these just to see if I can, build it up and stuff, or make sure that we can kind of, I can kind of group it for you so, it's more organized. I'm just trying to think of better ways to do these style of videos. It's like the pumpkin pie color, huh? There we go. Yeah, so one of these lights here is flickering. I think it's the ring light. I bought the bottom of the barrel quality ring light, so I didn't know if I was ever going to really like it or not. And it's not too bad, and there goes the voice. Okay, there we go. It's much better. So really, we're doing a lot of small tile placement in here. I did read a comment on one of my other videos. Somebody said I sound like a very immature kid, like an adult man-child type thing. Yeah, why? Because I do this stuff. I do it for fun. I do this for fun, so I don't have to do boring adult things. I already did that already. Why? I mean, who wants to do more boring stuff? Let's do some fun stuff today. Let's just do some fun stuff here. Yeah, I'm checking the memory cards every once in a while because I really want to. So tonight I'm just going to do just 2 bags. I think that's fair. And the next installment will just be really skinning the thing. Kind of get it skinned up. That kind of thing. Okay, well, now let's start plugging parts in and get things going. But I got an offer today to review a product that actually is more up my line. The only problem is that Lego doesn't like us combining the set reviews with other products. Now, I can understand why they don't do that, but I need to get more information on this before I even accept on this product offer. And I mean, about 95% of the offers I just reject. Why, Jay? They're sending you free stuff. Some offers are for food, some are for computer stuff. I've had some offers where they'll say, hey, well, you know, you give us money and we'll send you a product for you to review. That's not a review, that's a purchase. I get all kinds of offers and stuff, so I need to think on it. Can I make it fit? And that kind of thing. Well, speaking of offers, it's like we're building a tower here. Doesn't that look fun? We're going to be building more tall stuff. That means this thing's going to grow. Okay. So let's get going on this here. Yeah, just sitting back watching some anime tonight. I really couldn't find a movie to watch, and I just thought, I'm really not in the mood to watch any lengthy videos. But I did watch well, I'm not going to lie, about an hour and a half worth of anime. So I just kind of sat back and just watched. I was actively watching, not just listening to it. You know, and it was not too bad. It's just something different. And I need to fix that really bad. Makes it seem like the other light in here is flashing. But it just gets me away from the boring things of life and just doing stuff like this. You know. Yeah, so I got just a bunch of sets that I got to review. I mean, I think it's about 32, 33 sets. And Lego is not slowing down. They're sending me more offers. And I may take a picture. I don't know if I can insert it in this video or not. I'll probably have to wait a week. I'm going to have to remind myself of what it looks like when I get a lot of sets, like where they send me stuff. I should just do an unboxing on here one day and just show you what the unboxings look like. It looks like just ordering stuff like from a store. There's no receipt, no inventory, no thank you, just basic cardboard box just full of sets. You know, nothing special. But, you know, I mean, that's pretty much how it is. Some say I'm lucky because I get all this stuff. Well, when you have to do the paperwork, yeah, it gets kind of it gets exhausting after a while. So, you know, like, yeah, who wants to do paperwork? And yes, it's not simple paperwork. You just have to sit there, you build a set, you talk about your thoughts and opinions on it. Doesn't sound too hard. But everything's got a due date when it's due and stuff, and you have to keep up on it or they won't send you anything. And this is one of the offers I have to finish up, and I have to get it done in a timely manner, which should have been done like at the end of February, but here we are in, well, probably by the time I release this, it's probably already June. You know? You know, Lego just says don't pressure yourselves, just take your time, which is what I'm doing here. So yeah, we're building a tall skyscraper thing, and you know, getting stuff done here. May have to break down and get some more memory cards so I can film more in bulk. Oops, I need to turn this a little bit over here for you. Because I have a media server. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. You know, I keep two backups, one backup on the camera, one backup on the computer that I'm editing on. Just makes it a little more better to do that, but it also gets kind of time consuming. So I'm trying to think ways to make it not so painful. Or if I'm in the mood to film, I don't have to, okay, I got to clear off 20 memory cards to do it. Because after I get done with the base of this, I am going to start working on an actual Lego set. So, you know, get one Lego set done. So we'll send it up, and then I'll have to edit and all that stuff. So, Because I know I've been getting a lot of requests for this set here. Everybody's wanting, I want to see the whole thing built. And yeah, I put everything in a playlist. I need to just pin a comment for anybody who doesn't want to look for it, because sometimes YouTube hides things. There's a playlist that has all these videos from the unboxing all the way up to the current video that's being released. And then when I do the review, that'll be part of that too, with the condensed version once I retire it on the main. But you know, who knows how long that's going to take? Because Jay, you build so slow. Yeah, I don't know either. We're going to bury these in here. At least Lego hides some pretty weird colors in these sets, so it's just kind of fun. We're not just building with just one solid color, but we're sure using a lot of these brackets and stuff. So you know that this thing is meant for sturdy. I wouldn't say play, but it's just built sturdy for just display purposes. I haven't had anything fall off of like Venusaur with those vines sticking out of them. Yeah, I haven't had any of those fall off, but that bottom jaw I'm still kind of scared. So I don't want to mess with that. Alright. Let's see if we can get this done here real quick. So I'm only going to focus on 2 bags. I got to do some other stuff before I can continue the second bag on this one. You know, at least I keep myself transparent. I'm open here. I just don't see the need to kind of keep things too quiet. You know, like I tell you things that I'm working on. Like I've got 10 more tutorials to finish for the year. Currently working on 2 right now. One of them I just need to figure out the color. The other tutorial, I'm still trying to figure out how to build it where it's easy to follow and it doesn't disintegrate when you put it together. You know, so I mean, unlike a lot of the other guys that do this stuff, I build stuff with meaning, with a purpose, mostly so I don't forget. But I don't want you to build something that's just, you build it in 5 seconds, it disintegrates. And if it does disintegrate, I want to know about it so I can bring out a second revision of a project. Because believe it or not, I do have tutorials that are just that are flops. And then when Lego produces a piece that I could use for that tutorial, then I can substitute it and finally get to finishing up a build, because I have a lot of tutorials. I have enough for probably 3 years worth if I were to do one every weekend, or solid tutorials for a year. It just gets to be a little bit of a problem, so I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, well, too bad. And then now we got to put some Technic in here. It's not too terribly difficult. Just this. Wow! How often do you see those? We've seen a few of them in this set, but kind of a Lego, I thought you made bricks like that. Well, of course this has a friction on it. Okay. I'm literally at the edge of the table here. Alright, put that right on there. Well, I forgot to put a part in there. I see it. Whoopsie. My bad. Somebody's going to get mad at me for that. Alright, stick that in there. I mean, we've all seen me put plates on parts before. I mean, that's essentially what this is a tower piece. But it has to go somewhere, right? It goes, I'm assuming, right there. And let's see if we can back this thing out here. The thing bad about doing tower builds is that you have all this wasted space here. And it looks like it goes like that. Making sure before I commit to it and press down on it here. Just kind of wiggling in. Is there supposed to be a gap there? Looks like there is. And that's it for bag 53. with no parts remaining. And yeah, this is going to come off fairly easily, of course, but we're not done with it yet. I have a feeling we're going to be tying it into something with this here. Yeah, we're getting somewhere here. It's not too terribly bad. Okay, I think we're going to wrap this installment up here with 54. And I want to thank everyone on my main channel and Patreon for being contributors. That's always a big help. Because, well, someday I may have to use those funds sooner than later for equipment upgrades and stuff. And it would be nice one day to actually have an insert up here with a down view of everything. And I don't know if a GoPro would be suitable for that, but it has to be a smaller camera than a professional jobby. And I want to thank everyone for I can't speak today, for checking out my Rebrickable profile for my building guides. And lastly, if you like the way I do my crude videos and commentary, thank you for subscribing. I always appreciate that because, well, it motivates me more. If more people who subscribe, the more I'm able to do this stuff, or I just wouldn't do it. Let's bring this back down here. My nose is still stuffed up today. So yeah, we got to do a lot of Technic in here. And when you start seeing Technic, we're going to be here for about 20 minutes. Oh, I see a part that I'd like to have. You know, I've been looking for these. Well, the Technic pins are every which way. I had it. They're only shorter, but I know they're there. They are there. Jay, you get excited over the newest parts. Well, of course I do. I mean, it makes it better. We're not making two of these here. Yeah, these are colors you would never normally see inside of this, but, you know, I'd rather have colorful pieces than just some boring black and white build, because those are never fun. In case that's the theme. Okay. Bring this in a little bit more for you. Yeah, but I always enjoy doing these type of videos for you guys and gals. This is the fun part about doing the video stuff. I hate editing videos with a passion. I'm not going to lie there. I mean, I'm being transparent with you. I hate it. I hate doing video editing. It's like doing tutorials. I don't mind building. Editing tutorials, they go a lot faster than a review, even though if they're more involved. But it's just fun to share my ideas and experiences with you guys and gals. Now, don't forget your P's here. I just saw it, so I saw that right there. Yeah. Jay, this is supposed to be a Lego set. What's with all the Technic? I don't know. I don't know, but it's a lot of Technic here. Now, I don't know. I may squeeze in another installment after this, but I think I'm going to try to keep the skinnings together. And then this piece goes back on here. I see where it goes. Okay. Okay, it goes right in this area here. Let's see where that goes exactly. They show it with these sitting here. All right. So plugs right into this area here. So let's see here. Let's see if we can stick that in there. It's obviously keyed. Well, that's if I can grab it. Okay. Yeah, looks just like the book. Well, I survived that part. Hope I didn't mess up. Okay, now it looks like we're building ourselves a beam with just these alone. So So if you're looking for, well, you can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm gonna warn you right now. You're gonna, if you get motion sickness very easily, this is probably not the video to watch, because I'm gonna be moving the camera just constantly. You know, I'm not a professional broadcasting company, so I don't have like 5 camera angles set up. It'd be nice, and I can just splice them together and just jump through it real quick. So like that. And okay, I'm glad now I checked. I was about to put 4 Technic pins. Leave this one in the top left alone. Don't put anything in there. Yeah, this Technic stuff will take a long time to do. And it's Technic is not my favorite thing. I mean, I can do it. Some Technic sets are awesome, but when you're not really interested in a theme, it just doesn't work very well. And I'm trying to take that apart. That's going to be kind of brutal, huh? So you're making that. Okay. And then this piece here, it goes at an angle. So we have to note this hole here. See how there's no pin in that hole? Okay, it's got to be at the bottom here. And then it goes right here. Now I'm going to make sure I'm putting that in right. So yeah, like right there. Just make sure your hole is at the bottom. Okay, it's resting right on this. Yeah, not too bad, huh? We survived that piece. Okay, now we're back down to the table again. Come on, focus in. Come on. Come on. You can do it. All right, there we go. All right, so once we're back focused here, we're going to have to build another beam that goes on the other side. It's almost like the other one. Now you see why I kind of wanted to keep this one here. You know, this is the one here I kind of want to do separate from the skinnings, because the Technic, I have a feeling it's pretty straightforward, but if you're kind of squirmy on Technic, I mean, yeah, it could get pretty dicey. So that's why I'm doing this section here separate for your convenience. If I didn't care too much, I wouldn't care. I'd just skip it, but, you know, I care. You know, that's what I'm showing you here. You just basically have to build that bracket just in reverse that we did before. All right. Yeah, today was in the, I think it reached only 70 degrees. It was very cool today. That's probably why I feel kind of lousy. Allergies, and the weather keeps changing constantly. We're kind of in a classic roller coaster type weather, and it just it could play havoc on your health. So we're talking 20, 30 degree difference in a matter of maybe a day or two, you know, a few days. So hey, at least right now the air conditioning's taking a breather. Okay, looks just like that. And then we got to place it on top of here. So all this work here just to make this thing very strong. So this set here, I mean, even though it's the build quality, it's just due to its size, it was still built with care, right? You're never going to have a perfect build. Having a perfect tin set is more or less just putting one brick on the table and saying you're done. But I have not experienced like just plugging something in, the whole thing, it just crumbles. So I haven't had that happen. And then now we have to plug this in back into here. Now you see why I'm trying to keep these separate here. Okay, so now this sits in here, so you just have to kind of plug these in here like this. Okay, what I'm going to do is just kind of work one area in here. Now this could be a bit of a chore. If you can't get yours in, you just have to wiggle it in. And once you get to that point here, you just snap it in place and then you're done. Very straightforward. And that takes care of that. And after we get all that put together there, now we got to put some more pins in here. Not too bad. Okay, sorry about that. I had to check on some stuff. So now I'm looking at this side here, and they want these in here. There's a cross axle you got to place them in. I'm just going to wiggle them. If they go in like that, you're good. And you have a better view than I do. Just push them all the way in. So there's your whole thing here. Something like that. Okay. Yeah, looks more like we're building a Technic crane than anything else. And then, I mean, there's just a lot of pins in here. It's like I said, this set is built with care. It's not sloppy. Alright, so basically it goes like that. And I'm just making sure all the holes line up here. I mean, it's very sturdy. You'd really have to put some force into breaking it. Now we got to do the same thing on the other side with another one of these little T things. Alright, and then we plug that in there. You know, that wasn't too bad, but I still don't like Technic too much. I may have to do a Technic set on here one day. Okay, and now the last part of this thing here looks like we're going to be focusing on, looks like part of the terrain. Well, Lego, we could have just used a 2x4 in there. Artificially inflating these. Okay. Yeah, I wish channels like this existed when I was shopping around for sets, but they just didn't. Alright, that goes there. But they didn't at the time. Now they do. Yeah, also earlier today I had company come over. My nephew's friend had to stop by. He likes coming over here visiting. I don't know, you know, a bunch of old people here. This guy's like, he's almost 21 years old. Well, maybe not anymore. Now he's just an adult. Once he gets 21, he's like an adult. So it's like, yeah, fun time is over. He's already getting tired of working and stuff, and I'm like, well, welcome to adulthood, dude. You know, if it were up to me, I could do this all day. I can't. You know, I wish I could. If I was a rich guy, I could. I'm not. Or, you know, someday it may happen, but I'd have to have literally millions of subscribers on both channels. I'd have to have tons of sponsors, and then I still have to put in all the work and time. Oh, there it is. Yippers, yes-sirree. We're getting close to doing this. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep them grouped. The next one is not really going to be involving Technic. It's just mostly, I didn't zoom all that in. Hey, with 4K though, at least you don't have to worry about that. The next installment after this is going to be skinning. After I get done building the base, I got to do a few review offers for newer sets. Then we'll have to come back and finish it up. I'd like to get this one done really quick, because I don't want to be, you know, stranded doing a set the whole summer here. All right, well, where does this piece go? I got this one here. It looks just like this on the top. But where did this come from? Alright, well, time to troubleshoot. I don't see it anywhere. Maybe it went somewhere else. Well, we'll have to go through it here. Stuff like that, they don't usually just give us extra ones of those. So I'm going to... Yeah, that's it for 54. Not to say that Lego made a mistake. They could have in packing the set. But it's not like, if it was like some random pink piece, I'd see it. So I'm checking my work here. And, you know, that's the beauty about doing this type of video here, is that we can check the work. Some people say I got extra pieces. It happens to me too. And that's it. Where did that come from? I don't see it anywhere in here at all. That's not to say that it could be used in another part of the book. But I don't see this in here anywhere. Like I said, Lego does make mistakes. It's very rare. The older stuff I can understand, but I don't see where that goes. I've already checked this 3 times. But always hang on to your spare pieces. Hey, I'd rather have an extra piece than being shortchanged. Because right now, I don't know where it goes. So, I think that was just some kind of random spare. But that's what we have remaining there for this installment in bag 54. Okay, Summation of Thoughts. And yeah, that's what we've done so far. Not too bad. And let's put that on here while I'm doing Summation of Thoughts here. I get like that sometimes. And, oh, I now know where that piece goes. Okay, really check your work. I got to pay better attention here. But the set so far is not that bad. It's just you can get confused on it very easily like I have. And it looks like this goes here. But it's still a very interesting build. You just have to really watch your building instructions and stuff. And all that crazy stuff there. But if you're looking for a very fun, lengthy group build, here you go. And yeah, this piece goes here. So sometimes I make mistakes. And, you know, that's why I leave my mistakes in the builds. I forgot to show you, this goes right here. That's why I can't guarantee these as tutorials too, because I get wrapped up into things. I'm kind of pressed for time. I don't have a lot of free time to do this stuff, but if you're looking for a really fun build, you know, this is it. You know, let's see here how big this is. Yeah, I can't zoom out anymore. So, there we go. But it's getting there, and as you can tell though, we're building a tower. We're not done with it yet. I may have to leave the camera at this angle, because now in the next installment we're going to need to hide all that. And this stuff here is where the other sides connect onto, you know. But we're not ready for that yet. But we're getting there. But tell me what you think so far of Charizard. I mean, it doesn't look like any Charizard I've seen before.